Hello, guys. It's wrestling time, and it's Wednesday. We're Wrestling Gab. That's Dynamite. You're you people.
You're you people. You people.
Whoever's up in here.
You people out there. And then that's Travis, and I am Daphne. Or Dalitha. Whichever one. Or D, or whatever.
Double D.
Which one's mine? First one or second one?
Second. Ooh, it's a pivotal match. Hangman Page! Swerve Strickland happening right now. Woo!
The guy on the left of my screen should win. I did push her. The chair got pushed this way when I was over there, so you might want to move it over.
It's fine. I just got to get this working. Is there nobody there? Oh, he's in the back. I'm like,
there's nobody there. Not everybody there. Hey, everybody in the chat. We've got Walter, Sophie, and Piccola with us tonight.
Woo,
hey,
woo,
everyone.
woo.
How's it going? Hey, Piccola. Doing pretty good. How are you doing? Missed you on Monday night. Hopefully you were not working and doing something fun. Walter says hi to both of us. AEW Dynamite, he says. Sophie's telling us about the possibility of combining those three places we talked about earlier into one sports streaming service. Cool
yeah,
for them,
I sent her a link to that.
Walter says, Daphne, it didn't win bingo. Came close. That's not how it should be. You should win.
On Wednesdays.
Walter's letting us know that TNA fired Scott D'Amore, whoever that is, and Tony Khan has a big announcement. Yeah, he's probably going to tell us about his hangnails.
Yeah.
Walter says AEW commentators out there and Hangman Page for the win,
So I kind of like the idea of them joining up because ESPN, Fox are giants in the industry. TNT's big for basketball. It's not big for football or any of that. But if you put those together, it takes out two bidders.
Mm-hmm.
So when football comes up,
yeah,
two of the biggest bidders are on the same side now. So they don't have to bid it so high. So they can say, okay, now football, we'll bid $2 billion instead of 10.
Yeah.
You know, because they were bidding against each other to raise it up. So it's like, hey, why don't we get together? It'd be way cheaper.
Right.
And plus, they're talking about selling ESPN all the time anyways. Disney is.
Yeah.
So if you sell ESPN, Fox buys it or the other one buys it. Now, Fox already has Fox Sports, so I don't know why they would necessarily want it. But TNT Sports would like it.
Yeah.
That would be a big purchase for them. Make some money.
And for all we know, they could also be separate. They could just combine efforts to have one sports streaming service. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be buying each other out either. It could mean that they're just going in on a sports streaming service that will include whatever sports they have.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like a cable company, right?
Yeah, basically.
You got three options in that service.
Anyways, Piccola said, hey, peeps, how's everyone doing? And Walter says, hey, Leopold Cat Harley's now in the chat, says, who was good? What's good? Who was good? I don't know. Lots of people used to be good, but I don't know what's good now. Ice cream. Ice cream is good. Walter says, okay, at 9:05 p.m. I'm going to be here Monday for Raw. This Friday I got movie night. Ooh, Walter going to another movie? Damn, Walter.
What kind of movie are you going to go see?
Man. Which one are you going to go see this Friday? Ramit is in the chat. Hey, Ramit says, is AEW survive until 2025?
It looks like it. I don't know why it wouldn't.
ATV rating down like disaster TV show. Sophie says, I don't know how this new sporting streaming service affects their deals with all their other streaming services that they signed with. Those deals run out, right? Sophie says, but AEW isn't listed for that new streaming service that is scheduled for the fall. That can always change a lot.
There's a lot going on before then.
Yep. Vindicator's in the chat and says, hey, how's it going, Mayor and Mayorette of Gabville, Idaho?
And
just
they're not on streaming services now, so why would they be on a streaming service then? Like, they're probably going to just be on TV.
Yeah.
If they're going to go to a streaming service, that's a big deal. It's a different world. We're going to see WWE do it first with their flagship brand and see if it works.
We'll see how well that works out for them.
It's a 10-year deal, so
they better make it work, or else they're going to
lose. They could lose a lot of fans over the next 10 years.
A lot of fans, a lot of money.
They can't lose money. Money's already there. They're already getting paid no matter what. That's guaranteed.
Yeah, but Netflix could take a big pooper.
Yeah.
And then they won't get paid.
Well, that'll be the thing.
Oh. Anyways, that match did start with Swerve Strickland and Adam Hangman Page with his gross mustache.
But WWE probably keep them up. You know, there's 2 million people that'll get it.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe more around the world, 3 million.
Yeah, those people.
I don't know if that'll keep Netflix open, but they have some other shit on there, I'm assuming.
Garbage.
Some people like it.
They're like, all of our original stuff is good. We just only have it on for a couple seasons, and then when it gets real good, we get rid of it.
Yeah, well, it's hard to keep people with year after year. You have to sign huge contracts with those stars when they're young.
Walter says a comedy movie, not sure. Ooh, you're going to go see a comedy movie, but you're not sure which one?
Is there comedies out there? I haven't seen any. Love comedies. Those are my favorite. That's my genre.
Walter says WrestleMania press conference on WWE Peacock Thursday, guys.
Yeah, there's also a boxing match on tomorrow night. Teofimo Lopez.
Weird in the middle of the week?
On a Thursday in Las Vegas, Nevada.
How strange.
I know.
Sophie says, do you think we will see WWE pay-per-views on both Netflix and Peacock?
No. But, well, I mean, obviously your NXT ones could move to there. But I would assume that Peacock will eventually, their deal's over in, 25?
Something like that.
And I would assume it moves to Netflix.
Either that or they sell them to somebody else and you're paying $50 a month.
Or they do it again and then they sell it to maybe ESPN Plus or maybe this new network.
Yeah,
this new network coming together is kind of a big deal. And Fox works with them before, so they know how to work with them.
Vindicator says, so from what I've heard through the interwebs and chat circles, you guys have not been having too much fun with that other company these days. Yeet, yeet.
Yeah, it's turned into a more of an indie promotion.
Vindicator is the same as AEW, so AEW I feel is garbage too. So they don't push the right people. Tony Khan has stupid announcements. I'm sure his announcements tonight will be about that he has an ingrown toenail or something. So it won't be any exciting stuff.
Why would it be an ingrown toenail?
I don't know. That seems to be what he usually has announcements about.
It'll be dental implants.
Oh, dental implants, my bad.
It's a big announcement.
Big announcement.
Ingrown toenails grow on trees.
Ayla's in the chat. Hey, Ayla, good to see you tonight. Says, hey. Walter says, hi, Ayla. And Ayla says, watch the Queen pins. That was a good laugh. Okay. Sophie says, the sporting streaming service sounds interesting. Let's see how many sports fans will not get that streaming service. Sophie says, Peacock WWE deal ends at 26. I thought maybe it does. I don't know. I don't keep track of their shit. They should keep track of their shit.
I just watch it wherever it's at. Nothing else I can do. I mean, I thought about changing it. I was like, you know what? I don't want it on Netflix, so I'm going to go tell them that. But then I decided to let them run their own company the way they want to run it, and I'm not going to lose sleep over it.
I don't lose sleep over it. I just think it's stupid on
their
part.
Plan.
But Piccolo says, I don't get it. You don't get what? What don't you get? It was like true story about these women who made counterfeit coupons and stole millions of dollars. Nice. Brandon Stevens in the chat says, Brandon Stevens is here. I love that you talk about yourself in the third person in the chat. Harley says, All Elite Wrestling was good for the first couple years. Now it's going in the toilet. Garbage.
It's just heading in the WWE direction. You see it happen in WWE
Dumpster
right
fire.
now. Nothing different.
Landfill.
It won't be long until I could see both of them changing talent. Like actually using each other's talent.
Right.
You could see Samoa Joe at WrestleMania wrestling Cody. That could be who he cashes in on.
Right.
His money in or Royal Rumble.
Piccolo says if someone who follows wrestling for years, they have to adjust fire.
Yeah, it happens. You just wait and see.
Brandon says Brandon Stevens married Deonna Purrazzo. Oh, okay. Vindicator says, but on the bright side, AEW doesn't have people, wrestlers, and fans crying over two titles that literally mean the exact same thing. Hashtag we want Cody.
That's hilarious. You know, it is funny. That's why I said Cody's going to cash in his Royal Rumble against Samoa Joe at WrestleMania. Because he couldn't wrestle for the AEW World title while he was in AEW ever again. So it makes storyline sense. Joe's got nothing going on that weekend.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen, Triple H, before you get fired for all the sexual stuff that's going to be coming out in the next 6 months. Did you see Russo? Vince Russo came out, and he's like, I wouldn't be surprised if this time next year, all of them are gone. And out of the record books completely like they never existed. All of them.
Who's all of them?
The McMahons, freaking Triple H, Brother Love, and there's a few
Triple H never did anything wrong. He is completely innocent, according to all the people who love to kiss his butt.
Triple H, allegedly, this is from a source, Triple H and the Heartbreak Kid,
they never.
They raped a girl in Japan. Now look it up.
No.
And somebody tell me the story in the chat, because I'm not 100% sure of it.
They would never do that.
But the mafia there came after him because it was something to do with one of the mafia boss's daughters or something.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, but the promoter there got him out of town. So look that up. So Triple H, Shawn Michaels, they like pissed on her and kicked her and beat her up, and it was brutal.
They would never.
Allegedly,
they never
this
did
happened.
Anything like that. They're
and I've heard
innocent.
that they've actually apologized for it. So that means that there was a record that it had happened. I don't know what you're doing. You mean like a human soundboard? Which is great.
I just need some pearls.
Anyways, you guys would have to look that up yourself and see what I'm talking about. But anyways, there's a story with those guys, a hotel room, mafia. So look up like Japanese, mafia, wrestling, rape, maybe those words together.
Maybe.
And see what exactly pops up. But I'm like 99% sure from my source that it is Shawn Michaels, and I'm pretty sure Triple H was there.
People says the fact that someone didn't finish the story, it is what it is. Sophie says, but doesn't Disney, Fox, and Warner Brothers already have their own streaming service for sports? No.
ESPN has their own, ESPN Plus. Fox does not. It has Fox Sports app, but that doesn't count. And then Warner Brothers, I don't think they do either.
Piccola says all the backlash, it's eyes on the product. Chris says, F Rock for taking over Cody's story just for incentives. Ayla says, Ayla had to go to work today and pretend to adult. Ew, gross. Piccola says, Sophie's main squeeze Russo. And Sophie says, Triple H had to listen to The Rock, Nick Khan, and the owner of TKO has to listen to them. Chris says, Triple H used to abuse China as well. Sophie says, rip to Toby Keith. Yes, Toby Keith did pass away.
I did hear about that.
Piccola says, I don't really care to look up HBK and his past BS. That we like him. I mean, he's so amazing. He can, see his own nose.
We all see our own noses.
Vindicator says, Joe, he sees it way more than everybody else.
Right there.
Way more than everybody else. Vindicator says, Joe will likely be busy with Swerve at Revolution, so it's not guaranteed he keeps the belt until Mania. Oh, that's really good of you, Vindicator, to really think that Tony Khan's going to push Mr. Swerve on anything.
I hope Swerve wins the title at Revolution.
We want him to win, but according to things that Tony Khan does, guess what? He doesn't do things that you think he should do. So we'll have to wait and see on that, too. And his big announcement. Ayla says, Ayla heard Triple H likes Nickelback. Oh, God. Ew. Yeah. Ugh. Sophie says, with this sporting streaming service that is coming in the fall of 24, I wonder if they will put the World Series or a Super Bowl on it. Doesn't matter. They still have to project those on a actual station.
Right. So the Super Bowl's different. The Super Bowl's already planned out for 10 years. They just signed a deal last year or whatever. So we already know where the Super Bowl's going to be for the next 9 now. Right. It's on CBS this year, but it's going to rotate through the majors. So CBS, NBC, ABC, and Fox will all have the Super Bowl over the next 10 years. I don't know if it's 2 each or how they're doing it. Right. But you can look that one up. I remember reading that not too long ago. Because I was waiting for the the contract to come
God.
up. Yeah, he smacked hard. Did you hear it?
Not just that, but he tried to catch himself, and he had his arm out there all weird. Hopefully he really is okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's right here if you want to watch it
Vindicator
again.
says, not that I personally care, but other company could solve their mess by having Rock face Roman at the Chamber and still have Cody face Roman at Mania.
Yeah, that's not happening, though. They don't have enough time.
They don't care about that. Plus, they need big stuff for Mania because it's WrestleMania 40. So why not ruin everybody's lives and dreams and storylines for, The Rock can put himself out there to be a jackfuck. Congratulations. Chris says, Rip Toby Keith, love that song. Oh, he ain't worth missing. Stop that.
Yeah, he's got a few good songs.
Ayla says, Duluth, guess what tomorrow is? Ayla knows. Well, good thing you know. Vindicator says, one day, Ayla, I will give you 5 nickelbacks so you can have a quarter. It's like, that sounds filthy, Vin. Sophie says, I haven't heard anything about HBK and Triple H. Then you aren't a true wrestling fan.
Look it up.
Vindicator says, yes, coins are very filthy and should be polished every other day. Ew. Pico says, Laces doesn't get it. Ayla says, I just leave change in my pockets for laundry day, get a full wash. Chris says, Hangman is starting to look like the other cowboy gimmick on NXT of Brooks Jensen. And yes, that's a bad thing because that means Hangman is losing his star power and out of shape and a jobber.
Yeah, he done lost his credibility a while back.
Yeah, he's a piece of poo-poo. And that piece of turd that he has on his face is even worse. You should probably shave that off because it's gross. Because, why the third person thing all of a sudden? Vindicator's lazy. Because, laces want grape juice. You can't spell it L-A-C-E-S. You have to spell it L-A-Y-C-E-S. P-cola. You have to spell your own name right. If you're going to talk about yourself in third person. It was I don't know, Brandon was doing it, looked fun, but it's exhausting. Sophie says, this sporting streaming service was the big news item of the day besides the death of Toby Keith. It was happy birthday to you tomorrow. Happy birthday to you tomorrow. Oh, is it your birthday tomorrow, Ayla? That's amazing. Congratulations on getting older. I don't have a birthday.
Do you want your present?
No, it's not my birthday.
When's your birthday?
I don't have one.
That's true.
Sophie says, when I asked Google about Triple H and Shawn Michaels Japan, they gave me their feud from 2002.
And it could have happened around that time when that stuff happened. Did you look up Mafia and Hitman?
Pico says, I'm already tired. Need a nap. What the fuck? Oh, hey, this is so exciting. Didn't we have Swerve win this already? Yeah, Sophie, Toby Keith did die from cancer. Thanks for telling us.
Pretty sure it's the same cancer that Napoleon died from.
He had stomach cancer and he died at the age of 62. Oh, he had his last basically live performance at the People's Choice Awards. Did you know all that too? I'm not even a fan and I knew some of that stuff. Why? Oh, I don't know. Hi, Kat. What are you doing? Hi, Leopold. Hi, Leopold. Leopold. Come up here. Come on, Leopold. Come on, Leopold. 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 Hi, Leopold. Oh, you're such a good kitty. Look at you, how good kitty you are. Look at your whiskers. Yeah. Boop. He landed on his brain noggin.
Just dropping.
He was cool. He was a frequent USO performer. Heard that. Sophie says, I think next week marks the WWE Network 10-year birthday. Chris says, have you seen that 3 Faces vignette on NXT, Travis? I have a list of people. It could be Okada.
I heard about that.
Gilia, Tama Tonga, Dexter Loomis, Boa, or Mei Ying, aka Xia Li group, or Zion Quinn returns. Lots of options.
Yeah, there's a lot that could be happening.
People says had to separate USO because here in the chat, peeps would think USO. Yeah.
Oh.
Get him, Swerve. Kick his ass. Oh, damn it. Sophie says, didn't Toby Keith also act in some things? Sure.
He was in wrestling. I watched him suplex somebody. I can't remember who it was.
Well, good for him.
But yeah, he did wrestle somebody. I think it was back in the WCW days. He was with the New World Order.
Wow.
I think. Could have been Kevin Nash. That he was with, not.
That's who it was, not Toby.
He didn't suplex Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash is like 7 foot, 300 pounds. That's not.
Vindicator's like, I kind of wonder why cats stick their butt in the air when you stroke their back.
Feels good.
Isn't that what you do, Vin? When your woman strokes your back, you just stick your ass in the air? Seems like something you would do. People is like, those names would be 15-point Scrabble words. No. Chris says, yep, Toby Keith suplex Jeff Jarrett equals like Zion Quinn equals triple word score 60 points, bitches. Sophie's like, he also hosted Raw. And Ayla's like laughing, Vin, freak. Chris was like, that was in TNA. Does it matter where it happened? It
was in right? TNA? I just remember it happening.
It happened. At some point, he was in a wrestling show. It doesn't matter where it was.
I don't remember it having that weird ring. But maybe it did. Oh my gosh, these two are scissoring.
That's disgusting.
Look at him.
I'm gonna
Scissor Daddy!
Grow up.
Now it's picture in picture.
It says TNA fired Scott D'Amore. That was a surprise. Yeah, somebody else said that earlier.
So
too.
Crazy.
I don't even know who that is. It must be really important.
No idea. Is he an announcer? Or...
Is he very important to their business structure? What did he do? What did he do? What did he do? Hey, what'd you do? Got your nose. Pickle's like, he's a creative guy. Oh. Or is he a president? Because Sophie says he's a president. What's the real truth behind all of it? Feels like showed his face as a commish booker. Vindicator says, Ayla, are you clamoring for some back rubs from Jordan? Valentine's Day is coming up soon. Ayla's like, no. Just because you're a potato. It was like, what did Vin do? He sticks his butt up for the back scratches. Yeah. Yes, he does. So he says he also was part of TNA when it first became a thing, part of Team Canada. Okay. Well, good for him. I still don't know who he is. He sounds like he was an important part of the team, though. Whether he was a creative guy or a president or the commish booker or being a part of it, first things first. That's very important. Feels like Ben is super cringe. So he says, I remember when TNA did pay-per-views every week in their early days.
They're like, just pay to watch our shit.
Pickle's like, so how much bodily fluid has been exchanged for the first match? 5 pints, 10 pints? There's no blood whatsoever. There might have been some spitting or sweat. Maybe.
Well, they were scissoring. Was there any fluids then?
I didn't see, but that could have been something they didn't show on TV. Did you get tired of licking yourself and fell asleep for a second on your leg?
Look at the kicks. Repeated kicks.
So at stake. On Sunday, March 3rd for Revolution. It's their chance to get a championship. So it's like, it'll be interesting if AEW goes on a streaming service in the future. It says Southland Body Fluids tell us how much. Don't know. How do you have that much slobber in your body? I was like, indeed, shout it out. It was like, figure it out. Fat Lisa needs to know. I have no idea. Ask them to measure it for you, weirdos. So it was like convenient that the new sporting streaming service is happening after SmackDown moves off of Fox. Vindicator says, Ayla, did you learn about the word cringe from TikTok?
Look at the punches just back and forth.
Yeah, there's
a lot of back and forth right now. Hangman is somehow still in this match. I guess they're not ready to push Swerve yet.
Walter says, come on, Hangman Page, win. And Ayla's like, was it not a word before TikTok?
What?
Cringe. I feel like it was a word back in like the 80s. Like, totally cringe.
We used to cringe all the time.
Oh my gosh. Like, cringe.
So cringe.
Totally Valley Girl. Like, words. Hello. Cringe.
I don't remember it being used like that, but I do remember that it's cringe.
Yeah.
Cringe-worthy just means like they're embarrassing.
It kind of came over from other stuff, yeah. Walter's like, good AEW matches still to come. Vindicator says, cringe is a go-to word for the Gen Z-ers. Is it? Well, the little motherfucker stole it.
Everybody stole everything.
Pickle says, imagine if it were like Survivor and Jericho would be yelling at AEW try. Sophie says, so with the Mania press conference happening in Vegas tomorrow, that means we could get Mania 41 in Vegas.
The table fell. Like he laid on the table because there's supposed to be a move, and the table just collapsed.
That's funny. Well, now what? I guess you guys will have to figure it out.
Set up another table.
It was like, it was a hip and happening word. It was neato. Well, it's like Ric Flair's energy drink. Woo! Don't get it.
Totally tubular.
Why?
See, look.
Why, Walter? Oh, they didn't set it up correctly.
Totally tubular.
They're like, we don't know how to set up tables.
They never had Thanksgiving dinner.
With your table? What are you doing with your tail? Why is it flipping around like a crazy? Is it a worm? Does it have a mind of its own? Do you need to talk to it? Oh, you need
I think
pets?
sometimes it does because the dog wants to eat it, and he doesn't want the dog to eat it, yet he flicks it in the dog's face.
I'm not sure what happens with their tail. Vindicator says, speaking of cringe, Travis, I hear your girl, sarcasm, Roxanne did not become NXT champion again, so I guess a silver lining to counter some of the whole Rock fiasco.
A little bit there, and Hermie kept his title, though. Look at that! 1, 2, and 3. No! Look at that! Swerve kicks out.
Sophie said, it is weird we haven't gotten the first WWE Hall of Famer announced yet. In the early days, we would have gotten the first Hall of Fame inductee before this month. SummerSlam and Survivor Series don't have a date or location yet. Ayla says, whatever Pauly Shore says.
Old Pauly. I forgot about Pauly Shore.
What you doing?
Wheezing. On some nugs. Wheezing on some nugs. You ever wheezed on a nug?
Some grindage. Well, there's like, Pauly Shore is funny in movies.
Yeah, he likes to chill.
And here's like, guess
oh! Swerve's so close to the ropes,
WWE.
though. Look how close he was to the ropes.
Nice.
That was it. That was a buckshot.
Vindicator says, guess what, Sophie? You'll be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame this year. Yay. Feels like, quit wheezing the juice, Ayla. It was like, how do you forget about the weasel? The grindage.
So the weasel in wrestling is Bobby Heenan. So I don't use that one.
Sophie says, do you think there's a reason why WWE hasn't announced a location or date for SummerSlam yet? Yeah, Sophie, you should write to your politician to get the answer.
Who did she say? The WB?
The WWE haven't announced a location or date for SummerSlam yet.
It's got to happen right there in the middle of those two pay-per-views that they have. And one's in the beginning of July and the other one's at the end of August. It's got to fall right there. So I would assume it's that first weekend of August or the last weekend of July, whatever one is closest to the end of the month or the beginning of the month.
There's so many triangles.
Yeah, it's part of the Illuminati. That one's for the TV and that one's for the computer.
Ella says Bobby is a joke compared to Polly. Picole's like, how about no? No.
Bobby the Brain Heenan would get people to watch wrestling. Like, if you'd never seen wrestling and Bobby was the announcer right now, I could say, listen to this dude. And you would listen, and then you'd become a fan. Oh, shit! He just hit the Prince. Oh, my God. That just happened.
Prince Nana.
Oh, he deserved that one after hitting the Prince.
Prince Nana.
You play stupid games, you get stupid
Pickle's
prizes.
Like, what if the Hall of Fame doesn't happen? It shouldn't. They should just get rid of it.
It's on their schedule. It's there. I saw their whole schedule. Like on their actual page, they have like.
Oh, he broke his ankle.
Even their home shows, or whatever they're called.
I think his ankle's completely broken.
Looks like it. I saw this on a Dream of Genie today.
That his ankle's broken?
Yeah, he was laid up for a while.
Look at this. In the chat. Hey, Everbless says, hey guys, I think TotaCon announcement is Sasha Banks will join AEW or Kevin Patrick joins commentary. Yeah, that's such a big announcement.
Kevin Patrick.
That'll be the best one of all. Vindicator says, seems like every time Swerve and Hangman fight feels like their match lasts for an hour.
They don't need another baby face on commentary. They need a heel. The problem is they got 3 baby faces up there all the time. I know Taz is up there, but he's still a baby face.
Yeah, he's not very mean to people.
Yeah, they need a heel, and Kevin Patrick's not the heel.
He doesn't even know enough about wrestling to be able to help.
Cheerio.
It was like, would I though? You sure about that? I think you would. I'm guessing that you would. You totally would. I don't know.
Here it goes.
You're doing it.
He's gonna break him. He did it. He killed him.
Oh fuck.
Paige is dead. He's got a sliver in his side from the table.
Not a sliver. He's like, you got to get him back in the ring in order for this to be legit.
Okay, let me get him up.
Yeah, Ellie, you totally would just want to be like, oh my God, I totally want to watch wrestling now.
Now, Paige deserves this. He did hit an old man with a chair in the back. So let's not pretend he doesn't deserve to get
Prince Nana is
stomped.
Old?
Isn't he?
I have no idea.
Most princes are older.
Okay.
Look at that. Nobody was home.
Of course not.
Buckshot Lariat. Here it comes. Paige moving on.
So it says, I bet they will announce the SummerSlam location and date before Mania. And Ayla says, I don't trust people named Bobby. Vindicator says, Sasha Banks stands are loyal to the end. You mean fans?
A fan is a stand. There it is. Oh! Swerve. Can he end it? He did it. But his ankle gave out on him again.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to do it.
Is that the same ankle? For some reason I thought it was the other one. What happened? The bell rang first. Did he run out of time? Was that the 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Holy shit, he ran out of time. We got a draw.
I knew they'd fuck him over somehow. Congratulations, AEW.
They did it. They made it a draw.
You fucked over Swerve. Good job.
30-minute time limit draw.
Good job. You guys.
Add
totally
5
did.
minutes. Add 5 minutes. Are they adding 5 minutes? Sometimes they do that. Look, he's got the mic. Is he going to add 5 minutes? I felt like an old person the other night.
Why would you do? Falling down?
Yeah. No, I have blood.
Oh my God.
Well, there was a scab. Let it be. It's okay for me to have blood.
Oh my God, you
I am
weirdo.
alive.
Why do you keep...
Why are you an animal?
Why do you keep scratching off your...
Because they're annoying when you touch yourself and there's like a bump.
You're so weird.
Am I the only one that doesn't like scab? 5 more minutes!
Yeah, 5 more minutes, bitch.
Can they go into overtime like this?
I don't think they should be allowed to. Just kidding.
He's going to say yes, but it has to be approved.
Who's going to approve it?
It's got to be Tony Khan. Maybe that's his important announcement. I can't talk. I just have to stick in my mouth. And you didn't do it because you're a loose hair. Boo! Somebody coming down? No, is Tony Schiavone going to do it? Tony Schiavone's going to call it. Tony Khan told me in the back that you have to wrestle.
This isn't over.
It's happening.
Better get your butt back in there.
There it is. Triple threat.
Still fucked him over. Still fucked him over. Fucked him over bad.
Don't let Paige hear you say 3-way. She'll come out running out there with her clothes off.
True. She probably will.
It's a rumor.
I'm pretty sure one of them is definitely her type.
From a source. Referee.
Saying Swerve. Because of Xavier Woods.
I was talking about the referee. The other one was the referee. Ooh, he's got pinstripes on. I'll be fucking that later.
I got my panties just for that. Woo! Yeah! Pickle's like, I think the multicolored dildos should be inducted. Such a pop.
Is that Roddy Piper or The Undertaker?
Sophie says Swerve said the WWE called him to resign him and he hung up, re-sign them, and he hung up on them saying no. Okay. Vindicator says everybody named Robert just became offensively offended. LOL. Is like, okay, delete that. I trust you. Vindicator says, uh-oh. Smells like triple threat at Revolution. Joe versus Paige versus Swerve. Everbless says, imagine if the announcement was a WWE Forbidden Door. It won't be. Sophie says, what would get people into watching wrestling full time?
What would is just cool, realistic hometown people from everywhere. So, like, somebody from Michigan, right? And then all Detroit will like them. And you get somebody from Idaho, and then Idaho watches. That's literally how you do it. You've got a homegrown talent, but it seems like most of the talent comes from the East. And so, that's one. Obviously, there's other ways to get people involved. But great storytelling, just uplifting storylines, good versus evil. Most people like the evil, so you got to have a really good talent that'll play the good side. Just your common stories. There's only 7 different ways to tell a story, right? So if you got 7 ways to tell a story, you got to figure out a way to tell it better than the other guy. And just get people addicted to it. And a lot of people like goofy shit. So R-Truth is a great way to do it. That big-headed guy, McDowell or whatever, he's goofy. The midget guy on Fridays, what's his name? He's with Bruce.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't know his name.
Anyways,
I refuse to know their names at this point.
Anyways, that guy, that's hilarious. Like, that can get people involved.
He has bowed legs too, so it's even funnier.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying.
Anyways,
just get people involved.
Ayla says, you're right. All I want in life is to watch wrestling. I have to donate my kids, though, so I have more time. I think they still take him at fire stations.
Up till I think it's 18.
Ravi says, hello, people. How are you this fine Wednesday night? Great, Ravi. How are you? Alex Figueroa is in the chat. Hey, Alex says, hello. And Vindicator says, I got
Hello.
5 on it, LOL. Piccolo says, TK, you sneaky SOB. Walter says, okay, draw. Sophie says, how often does AEW end matches in a draw, though?
Not very often, but we have seen it before. I like it because it's old school wrestling.
Walter says, okay, 2 number 1 contenders. Ravi says, Tony Duffo effing ish up to tonight. Go, Tony, go. Sophie says, since you are holding on to the money in the big briefcases with championship, would you cash in on? Piccolo says, it happens to all the jackholes, Kenny, MJF, Punk, Bryanson, and Paige.
Who would I cash the briefcase in on? That would definitely be Roman.
Vindicator says this might force the other company to a triple threat title match at Mania. Doubtful. Everbless says, I have a feeling that Top Dollar will re-sign with WWE.
Oh, God.
No. Walter says, okay, Tony Khan, I can wait for an announcement. No spoilers. Sophie says, since WWE is erasing Brock from everything, does that take 22-0?
No.
They're erasing him from everything? Ravi says it's only Wednesday and Dia's already giddy. Quentin Mitchell in the chat. Hey, Quentin says, is it just me or does Hangman starting to act like a sore loser?
Of course he is.
Vindicator says, I'll be the gentleman in the chat and say hi to the upstanding British man known as Ravi. Sophie says, it is going to be hard for the WWE to erase everything, Vince, since without him, WWE wouldn't still be around. Ayla says, sweet, I'll take them to the fire station tomorrow. Robbie's like, all good, and Ayla's like, brown noser Ven. And Robbie says, just Joe, still a champ. Would you look at that?
He hasn't wrestled yet, so. He bumps the scab on his head. Poor guy.
Yeah. It'll come off. One of his little scabs fell off. It was up there, too.
Deonna Purrazzo.
Puppy just gets too excited, and he doesn't use claws and teeth enough on him. Vindicator says, flattery gets you everywhere in life, Ayla, so Ravi will pay me back at a later date. Free drinks when I come to the UK. Sophie says, Brock isn't on the cover of WWE 2K24, 40 Years of Mania. John Cena took his place.
Genuine, what would that be called when you tell somebody something that's good? Praise. Genuine praise will get you anywhere, but flattery will not. Flattery is fake. But genuine praise will get you wherever you want to go.
Ayla says, short people got no reason. Short people got no reason. Short people got no reason to live. Oh, jeez, Ayla. Everbless says, guys, I don't mean to spoil it, but Sean Ross app confirmed it. KP will sing with AEW.
Cool. That's as exciting as getting genital warts. I guess it depends on how you get those genital warts, right? Are you still in that group message?
Yeah, shit I don't care about.
Who's she wrestling? Stir it up. Red Velvet.
She's making a cake.
She will. She'll stir it up here in a second.
Anyway, this is an actual song. People's like, what? So he's like, would it be funny if The Rock showed up in AEW? It is possible. It happened when he showed up for Impact. Ravi says you might actually hurt a short person's feelings. Sure, Ravi.
It's already been brought in.
Didn't know you had feelings. That's weird.
All right, it's underway. Red Velvet, Timeless Tony Storm. I would like to see this in black and white. Can we fix this?
Yeah, can they just put the whole match in black and white? Tony Storm's outfit makes her look gross.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not flattering.
I hate those pants on her. Yuck. Yucky, yuck, yuck. Yuck. Film is in the chat. Hey, Film says, hey guys, do you mind if I be a moderator? You're not here enough anymore, Film. Sweet Pea. Gotta be here a lot again.
Yeah, you.
Illa says, they got little hands and little eyes, and they walk around telling great big lies. Got little noses and tiny little teeth. They wear platform shoes on their nasty little feet.
Felt like a
It's a song.
Hobbit thing.
It's a song. No, it's a song about Darby. Robbie says, not me, oh dag nabbit. He's laughing. I mind. Sophie says, do you think Dolph Ziggler will find his way back to the WWE once his run with TNA ended like it happened with Naomi?
It could. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, he is a little bit older, and Triple H might want to be looking for younger talent.
Film's like, okay, sorry. Why are you sorry, bud? We know you've been busy and having life and stuff like that. You were here forever for a while, but...
Yeah, we don't want to bombard you with responsibilities when you're busy.
Got other things going on in life and stuff like that. Chris says, timeless Tony wrestling like Shayna Baszler.
Old Shayna.
Never. She would never do something like that. I like the slow-moving pace. It makes me want to slit my wrist. Fabulous.
Oh, shit! It's a lot of women.
I was joking mostly. Notice I'm not blocked anymore. Ha ha.
Picking her up. Dropping her down. Oh.
What do you mean you're not blocked anymore?
Red velvet.
What's that mean?
Ooh, we get some picture-in-picture.
Oh, picture-in-picture. So great.
Audrey is our referee.
She's the referee out there. Deonna Purrazzo's down there with the commentators. And that one lady that's with Tony Storm's on the outside over there. I didn't know if her dude came down with her. I'm sure he's over there somewhere.
Yeah, right
there
there.
He is. I see him. Luther or whatever.
Yep. Old Luther.
It was like Film unblocked me or made a different account. Maybe it's a different account. Maybe somebody's pretending to be Film.
Maybe you were only blocked for a certain amount of time.
Pico says, is Mariah May still wrestling? I don't know. She hasn't wrestled from what I've seen. She's just out on the outside.
But she could be on Collision or on the other one,
Rampage. She might be doing some stuff. I don't really keep up with her. So, Sophie says, wow, do you really enjoy wrestling these days? Ravi says, Tony Storm, is she good enough to be champ, carry the women's division?
No. But
yeah, she's just so great as a champion
but
right now.
But her story that she's doing right now is fun, right? So as long as she can keep up the story can carry the wrestler. Like the bloodline. Look what it did for Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso. And the other one, Solo Sikoa. Even when Roman's not there, they're still up because of the bloodline storyline. So storylines can carry... Oh, I mean, shit, look at Dominic. He's terrible. But the Judgment Day storyline is carrying him along. McDowell in the Judgment Day or whatever they are.
Sophie's like, Raw was okay on Monday. And Alyssa, speaking of bot screw, it makes Sophie Bob laughing. And Sophie's like, do you think AEW needs a hard brand split?
No.
No.
Not right now. Although they do have enough people. I just don't want to see two belts.
Sophie says, I don't want to be a mod. I'm not here every stream. Robbie says, Ayla be tripping tonight. And Ayla's like, I'm just living.
Libin. Used to listen to a lot of him when I was in high school.
Bob Marley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard a song of his since I was a junior in high school.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So
who was the other one that got shot by his dad? It was a love singer. I really liked him. Marvin Gaye.
Yeah. Sophie says, some AEW fans I see want AEW to do a hard brand split. Ayla says, make everyone mod, then no one feels left out. And Ravi says, how's Hook getting on? Will we see him getting a push?
Hookamania? I would assume so. After taking, what's his name, to the limit the other week? The champion?
Joe.
Just Joe. Look at this. Look at the jabs. Is this Mike Tyson? Oh, I thought that was maybe Katie Taylor. Look at this fight back.
It looks like no Hook, like Peter Pan.
Captain Hook.
Captain Hook.
Now, Captain Hook's the one that killed Ariel's mom, right?
I think so.
No, how that goes.
I'm not sure. Pickle says, when is the Marvin Gaye movie happening?
Right.
I don't know, but they should. White people's in the chat. Hey, white people.
Yeah, let's make them a mod.
It says, hey, guys. Hey. Sophie says, after tomorrow press conference, which is open to the public, we'll find out our 2 Mania matches. Sophie says, when is the Billy Joel movie happening? Robbie says,
Piano
who's
Man.
the bad bee on commentary? Are you talking about the girl?
It's Deonna Purrazzo.
Deonna Purrazzo's there. She has her Revolution pay-per-view match with Toni Storm for the championship.
The women's championship. In that case, we can actually call it the women's heavyweight championship.
Pickle says,
Oh,
when is
shit!
the Nickelback movie happening?
Uh-oh, ass to face.
Oh.
DDT. 1,
Robbie
2.
says, is that her? She's done something different to her look.
Yeah. She just doesn't exercise like she used to.
Yeah.
She probably just doesn't, what would you word that? Like, obsess over eating healthy.
Something like that. People says, how are you doing? Great! How are you doing?
Doing fantastic.
Sophie says we might see CM Punk do commentary while he is out injured. They did that before during his first run with the company. When is the Bruce Springsteen movie happening?
The Boss.
Are we becoming...
We saw that, but it had that other girl in it.
Are
that
we doing
girl you like. That she's funny. Comedian. Heavy. Overweight. Melissa McCarthy. The Boss. She sold Girl Scout cookies.
He goes like, when is the Limp Bizkit trilogy happening? Because I did all for the Nookie. People says,
That's
I'm
it.
right.
She tapped
Being black as
immediately.
always. Cool beans, my man. Cool beans. No, they're not going to let her go.
Don't ever let it go.
She's going to probably take her foot with her. Robbie's like, hello, Travis rolling more punches than Toni Storm with that joke. LOL. Be careful, Deonna. You have really tall shoes on and you might trip and fall. Sophie says the Community movie starts filming soon. Alright, cool people. We don't really like that kind of stuff in our chat, but you do you, bud. Richard Long Sniffer. Old Dick is back. What has 7 arms and sucks? An octopus? Vindicator says, would have been funny if Deonna and Toni did kiss. What? What? Feels like, who looks better, Tiffany or Mariah May?
Mariah May.
Than Tiffany?
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah, she looks
Tiffany has very thick features.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's
not in a bad way, but thick.
Yeah. That's a quick answer on that one, because Mariah's just more feminine. She looks more womanly.
Richard says, Def Leppard. People's talking about some stuff. Cool. Sophie says, who wrestles better, Naomi or Jade Cargill? Jade Cargill?
Oh, come on.
Naomi sucks as a wrestler.
Jade isn't that great, but fuck, you don't have to be that good to out-wrestle Naomi. Why did they play it out like we don't fucking know that it's recorded?
There's no way this is recorded. What are you talking
about? Are you
about?
worried about the wear and tear that's going to be on your body from wrestling on Friday and then Saturday? Well, Friday's today, and Saturday's 3 days after that.
It's not recorded. It's totally why they would never record it. They can't record it. When are we gonna get that big announcement? I can't wait.
Oh fuck! It's gonna be one of the biggest announcements we've seen.
So excited. Chris says, "Damn, Toni is so thick. Love those pantyhose she's wearing in her shorts. Like it doesn't show her ass, but I don't know. Still hot. Okay, I'm being a fucking weirdo. Let me stop. Do you like the pantyhose because they're shiny?
You can
shiny,
say whatever you want.
Robbie says, Sophie, what up? Like R-Truth with that question. Piccolo says, can we talk more about wrestling? Because that is that type of chat, buddy. Sophie says, sometime in March, AEW going to have 3 hours because of March Madness. Oh, and just so you guys know, if you are a person who likes Easter, it is at the end of March this year, which is freaking everybody out.
Everybody?
Yeah, a lot of people are freaked out about it. They're like, I thought it was always in April. And it's like,
no,
actually, it just doesn't happen in March very often. Very often. I know, because we looked it up.
Mm-hmm.
We were very interested.
Well, I was looking up all holidays and why they have their dates.
Yeah, but most of them it's because of certain specific things. But Easter's different. Easter is like timetables and moons.
It's because of the moon
and days and times.
There's a full moon before the spring equinox
of Lent and stuff and things.
And that's how it works. So like,
I know. I'm just saying, like, there's way more involved on the finding Easter Day than, oh, hey, by the way, Thanksgiving is the last Thursday of the month.
Or, and they will never,
you know what I mean?
They will never put it the weekend after the full moon, even though they could in March, but they never do it that early.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
But I'm pretty sure that's how it works, right? It's the first Sunday after the full moon.
I don't
after the equinox.
Something like that. I don't know. We'd have to look it up again. But it was really weird. You had to like put a whole bunch of thought into it. Vindicator says, I have a feeling that Tiffany Girl will be as insufferable as Spawn and Rousey combined over on SmackDown.
We're going to find out pretty soon on that one.
I don't think she'll be insufferable.
She's not bad. She does have a really annoying voice, but it's part of her gimmick, so I'm okay with it. Like, if somebody's annoying and it's their job and it works, they're doing a good job. Right? Like, I can't get mad about that. It's when somebody's trying not to be annoying and they're really annoying, that's when you're like, oh god. And they're trying not to be annoying.
Right. Like Liv Morgan.
I don't want to say that. Vin's in here.
God, she annoys the fuck out of me. I can't stand her. And now she's wearing a shirt that I've called her a fucking crybaby for I don't know how long now. And she's like, cry about it. That's what you do, bitch. That's what you do. I'm glad you're finally wearing your heart on your fucking chest. Cry about it. You do. You definitely do.
By the way, she is on Mondays now, Vin. So
Piccolo says cats and dogs living together.
She's got a huge match this Monday. Huge match this Monday.
Yeah, with Tony Stark. So huge. Sophie says Rampage and Dynamite are going back to back in March. And Vindicator says gives me plenty of time to set up my traps for the Easter Bunny. Piccolo says, what's the reason for March? That's quite early. It's just how they do stuff. Like,
do you want me to ask AI? Because he'll tell us.
No.
Okay.
It probably couldn't tell you. It's probably just be a lie anyways.
Are you being...
Anyways, it has to do with something about Lent, full moons, and the equinox.
And
all together. Like, it's like some kind of thing they, like, mathematical, scientific thing they do as to when Easter actually, which Sunday Easter hits on.
Is this a 6-man?
I have no idea. Maybe. I don't know who they're going up against. Let's see. Sophie says sometimes Mania takes place like a week or two before Easter. Piccolo says, so am I giving up cocaine in mid-March? Lame. Is that what you're giving up for Lent this year, Piccolo? Sophie says, when your WrestleMania took place like the first week in March. Chris says, after the full moon, could be a little something called the Sabbath. Okay, we won't go there. Well, that's some of it's based off of how they do stuff.
The Sabbath is Sundays, so...
Ravi says WWE are missing a trick when they do pay-per-view on Saturday. They should do it on the daytime instead of late evening.
Unless you're Jewish, I guess then the Sabbath is Saturday. Because it should be on Saturday. It was a Roman that moved it to Sunday.
There's other religions that do it on Saturday too.
Well, because that's the Sabbath.
So I mean, there's other religions besides the Jewish religion that does it on Saturday. That have the Sabbath on Saturday, is what I'm saying. Sophie says Ronda did badmouth WWE created by Bruce Pritchard.
Old Bruce.
No way, Ronda badmouth people? No, that's ridiculous. she would never do something like that. Richard Long Sniffer or Dick says, "You girl." What about you, girl? Robbie says Daphne having Liv living rent free in her head, and Chris says Liv said she wiped her tears, and now we can cry about. She said that on the Bump YouTube channel. I threw up when she said that. I'm sorry, Chris, that you felt sick. Piccolo says, "Okay, Alexa, mark the calendar. No strippers and coke in March." It's a trios. Piccolo says it's a trios match. Ravi says Liv will always be a jobber. Piccolo says that short Mexicans from AAA. Oh, the short Mexicans from AAA. No, these guys are amazing. They're going to beat their butts and jumping around. I don't even know these people.
So this is what Daniel Bryan quit WWE to do, is just wrestle luchadors.
Well, nobody would hire him because he had all those
I guess
issues.
He's the same size as a luchador.
That's true. Vindicator's like, yeah, Travis, going to Raw meet is a demotion for Liv. She has to sit around and absorb that garbage for 3 hours until she can clock out.
Yeah, she's got to be there. She's got to wrestle Zoe Stark this Monday.
Well, she's got to do something to pay for her drugs, Vindicator.
The winner goes to Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, so she might be in Elimination Chamber. She might get another chance. Sophie says, I know Mania is coming because baseball regular season starts a week after. And Robbie says, do you go to church on Fridays? I don't go to church. Piccolo says, this CMLL invasion is so riveting. Walter says, okay, bye guys. See you Monday for Raw. Bye, Walter. Have fun at the movies on Friday. You have a great weekend. And we'll see you on Monday. Sophie says, this CMLL is rumored to be involved in that Forbidden Door pay-per-view that takes place in June. And Richard, or Dick, says, what do you guys think of the Young Bucks' new douchebag look?
Love it. I always like that character in wrestling.
Piccolo says, dang, Walter, I didn't even know you were here. Take care, friend. Yeah, he's been here. He's been very quiet. He says quiet things. Yay,
we get to watch Shayna Baszler wrestle. Oh, wait, never mind. That's
it's Daniel Bryanson. That guy.
Woo!
Says Liv is by far a bigger deal than Zoe. So can Pencil. Sharpie her in for the chamber.
You might as well.
Ooh, she should, right? But, she did do bad things, so I don't know.
Yeah, she'll be in the chamber. She did really good the last time she was in the chamber. Remember? She wore those weird jean shorts that were
and then she cried about it. Yeah, I remember.
Well, she laughed.
Yeah, and then she cried. It's fine. She cries a lot. Sophie says, I'm guessing we only seeing one Elimination Chamber match.
You mean only the women are going to do it? The men won't do an elimination match?
We saw one on Friday, I thought. Or
a qualifying match?
Oh, Monday. My bad. With, what's our faces?
The women.
Yeah.
We're talking about that.
Shayna and Becky.
Well, I'm saying, that's what they're saying. There's going to be one match. It'll just be the women's. We'll have an elimination chamber. The men won't. Which is weird if they did that. I'm not saying they're not going to, but I guess it really depends on what you would get out of it. They'd have to make it for a title. Because it can't be for a main event at WrestleMania if both of them are taken up. So it'd have to be for a title. So maybe Gunther's title or Logan Paul's title. It'd be fun to see Logan in there. In the chamber.
He's like, ow, that hurt my hand. He's like, he even wiped his chest out. Aww.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. That one hurts. Oh, that one didn't hurt.
Those are just girl slaps. He's like, my hand. It hurts my hand. Here, I'll step on your foot instead. Well, there you do. That works.
Hilarious.
Like, let me do my flippy flippies.
I love that he slapped him so hard that it hurt his hand.
Did it hurt him? He's like, ow, that hurt. Not my hand.
Are we sure this isn't Daniel Garcia? This guy's tiny. What's Claudio doing?
I don't know. I think that's how he gets with girls.
Let's hope not. Learn a trick or two from Vince. It's like what you do. You throw them on their back. Allegedly.
And then you jump up really high and thrust your hips forward.
Then you come in.
like an airplane into a landing strip. See, we can be gross too.
Might as well. I'm taking it with me.
Vindicator says Liv was cleared of those charges, I think. Nah. Robbie says Danny B just set you up for your love of wrestling. Sophie says there's a rumor The Rock will be involved with the Elimination Chamber in some capacity. No! He's going to infiltrate himself into having some kind of, involvement with everything that's wrestling right now.
Do you think that he will come out after...
Where's my pearls? I need to clutch them.
After the Rhea Ripley match?
I need to get me like a fake big pearl necklace to wear now. Just clutch my pearls about all the information.
It's so funny because in reality, it's his cousin that's wrestling Rhea. Mm-hmm. So he could come out at the end of that.
Yeah, he should totally infiltrate his butt in that too.
Interfere, and he could main event night 1 against Rhea and night 2 against Roman.
That's right.
And unify the men and women's world championship.
I think it's a great thing.
Holy shit.
Perfect.
That's creative.
Chris says I said I wouldn't bring it up, but I'll just say this to inform all.
Oh, fuck.
Everything you know about world religion, even Christianity, is as it seems. Actually, do your research. Oh, okay. Sophie says there has been no talk of a men's elimination chamber match. Gunther might not be able to go to Australia because of visa issues. Told you.
That's fine.
I said that. I said that might happen.
He needs to get a better visa. Maybe a MasterCard.
Chris says, Don't get me wrong. Christian is where you should align. However, the religious aspect of the man-made rules are the things that you need to be careful of as well as mistranslated things.
Yeah, of course.
All that words do is point. It's your job to perceive those differently than where they point.
Yeah, because the word just points.
Vindicator says, to me, chamber matches only make sense as a brutality event like Hell in a Cell or Blood and Guts. No championship or contendership should be on the line. Just do it to settle grudges.
Yeah, but there is no grudges.
Everybody's friends and get participation trophies now. Chris says, that's all I'll say. Okay, and we are done with that. Robbie says, D, how you be throwing out disses like that, man, hello, but I do like it. Sophie says, if they were going to do a men's elimination chamber match, they should have started with qualifying matches a week ago. Why? Why do they have to?
Because you have to.
Oh, okay. Robbie says, this match is a calamity, and Vindicator's like, LOL, at infiltration and butt in the same sentence. Not butt infiltration. Pickle's like, where's Pledge been? I don't know, maybe he died. Old Dick says, I wish Kenny Omega a speedy recovery from his upper anus compaction injury. Get better, bud.
It's not from Vince, is it?
Did he get
and the Undertaker?
Did he get the wrong end of the stick?
Did he get the Undertaker? Or was it Roddy Piper? He's like, this one's called Miss Elizabeth. Bloop, 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 bloop. I'm in a helicopter. Kenny Omega's like running, like ah.
He's like, just because I can wrestle a blow-up doll.
Allegedly.
So he says it is looking like we might see Jay versus Gunther for Mania. Sophie says they could have done the Elimination Chamber for a shot against Gunther for Mania. And Robbie says, Travis, realistically, that feud or feuds in AEW are really getting you invested or worth caring about. What feud or feuds in AEW?
So none really. The only thing I care about is Swerve becoming world champion. And then I can chill out and relax for a little while. But that's it. Literally. I don't know if there's any stories. The girl stuff is fun. Toni Storm's storyline's great. I would love to see Britt Baker come back. I know a lot of people don't like her, but I like Britt. I'd like to see her come back in her old shape. Not that shape she got into right before she left.
Yeah. The stick shape?
Yeah, she lost her butt.
She looks like a fucking stick figure.
She lost her butt. Her butt just
what's
dropped.
What's wrong with you? Girl, nasty.
Happened to Whitney Houston, but hers was from cocaine, allegedly. That's from a source.
Pickle says it's from the Japanese Yakuza. Vindicator says, I hope to go through life and never suffer what Omega is suffering. I think most people don't want to suffer upper anus compaction. It's probably not a fun thing. Chris says Omega injury is probably from Ibushi and all the other dudes he's with there. I said it, people. Isn't it obvious? Plus, he's gone on the record and said it himself that he's bisexual. Yes. Robbie says, D, you need to lend Britt some of your butt. I don't have enough to give around. Sorry, Robbie. She's going to have to make her own. She's going to just have to eat Twinkies and work out.
Like, less, please.
Either that or just stuff the Twinkies in her suits or something.
Can you do some donkey kicks for me? I need 100 per cheek every day.
Donkey kicks.
Uh-oh.
So
oh, shit. Of course they botch it.
Do you think after Mania we won't see The Rock on WWE TV again until next year? Oh, no. Sophie, I think we're going to see him all the time.
Wait, hold on. Is he winning? If he wins, then we have to see him.
Yeah.
So that's what it's going to come down to. And the thing is they have to put out a lot of rumors that he could win, or else the whole thing doesn't make any sense. Because why is anybody going to watch it if they know he's not going to be on TV the next week or month or year? That means he can't win, so the whole point of having him there is stupid.
Yeah.
But obviously I've been wrong 100 times about this shit because they don't do what they're supposed to, and it just kind of throws everything off.
They just fuck up everything.
Like Cody should at least wrestle Roman. Whether he wins or loses is none of my business. But that should have been the match.
Oh, Robbie says, oh, her last name is Baker, but yet she's a dentist. Ironic.
It is pretty ironic.
Is that her real name, though? Chris says, I hope Rock doesn't pull a Vince and do incest storyline like Vince. Oh, no, sweetie. He just gets his kids jobs.
Well,
because they can't do the other job they were there to do. Which is really sad because she can't talk either. So, and she can't even dress the part as a GM. So I'm not sure exactly what she's doing there.
She's just trying to make $1.
Well.
On her own.
That's hilarious. Oh, lie. I can't think you threw that out there in the linus.
Backbreaker.
Vindicator
the Luchadors.
Says,
here they go.
Dr. Faker needs a full body makeover and personality transplant so she can be less of a cunt.
That's it. Where's the referee?
He couldn't get there in time. Somebody tripped him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea. The camera wasn't over there, so I have no idea what was going on with him.
He's just standing there like a doofus.
Not surprising. Oh, Vindicator.
You guys, I finished
Dr.
Buffy
Faker
the Vampire Slayer,
cunt.
and I
That's
need another
hilarious.
series to start watching. What should I watch?
Sophie says they should have The Rock in the Rumble and win it so this match would make sense.
No, he doesn't want to wrestle twice.
Why would they do that?
He could tear his appendages off again.
Robbie says I need $1 is what I need. Cool.
Not that he tore his appendages off, but he did tear his stomach up when he wrestled before. Cena's a little bit more physical than Roman, so I don't think he has to worry about that. When he ripped his stomach.
Yeah, I hope it happens again. Chris says, thank you, D. You noticed it too. Other live streams I've seen have said Rock's daughter doesn't dress like a manager. She looks hot last week in those leggings, not gonna lie. It's putrid. If you're gonna be in a management position like that and you're supposed to be like, look like Sonya Deville for fuck's sake. She took it fucking serious. I mean,
right.
She dressed in fucking suits. Do it fucking right. And don't sit there and look like a goddamn cunt rag with a mouth-breathing dumbass sitting there the whole fucking time. Jesus fuck, man. Like, why is she there? Why is she even in the position? Oh, because The Rock, her daddy, is on the board. We want to talk about giving, shit that shouldn't be given. She can go down the same line as all the other ones that's just been handed to her ass.
Oh, I don't know what's happening here.
I don't know, but that guy got kicked in the back for it.
That was the weirdest move I've ever seen. Either Daniel wasn't selling it or the guy wasn't doing it right. What did it do? Because I have no idea.
Something was happening and it didn't look right.
I think it was like a muffler stretch.
Sophie says, Seth said WWE doesn't need The Rock in 24. He should never even be there.
Of course he doesn't need to be there. Who needs The Rock there? Now, I mean, obviously, The Rock showing up is fantastic. The Rock wrestling for the world title at WrestleMania, taking somebody's spot, is terrible. There's other ways to have him there.
Yep.
And wrestle.
Ravi says, Din on a cinnamon roll tonight. Sophie says, I don't know why The Rock thinks he needs to save Mania. The pay-per-view with Soul that has been sold out for months. Pickle says, did you ever see Supernatural or Lucifer? Have seen Supernatural. I've seen parts of Lucifer. Travis wouldn't want to watch that. We've watched Supernatural quite a bit, actually. I get to a point in Supernatural, I get tired of it.
Uh-oh.
That other side won. Yeah, not the Luchadors.
The Luchadors lost. The big Luchadors, the one that got pinned, too. That was weird.
Yeah. But they're so mad with their little weird mask
at ringside.
faces.
Uh-oh. The little guys are getting in the ring.
That guy has a weird mask.
The security guard jumps up. I'm like, who's that guy? Oh, it's a security guard. Never mind. Uh-oh. Good thing they showed up.
I don't know why this is something that people should be excited about.
It's a backdoor thing.
I don't like it. I don't like this backdoor thing. It's gross and sounds nasty. Vindicator says, that's a good idea, Ravi. Be sure to bring cinnamon rolls to go with our free drinks. Free drinks. Sophie says, what type of shows you like to watch, Travis?
I don't know. Whatever's good. I've been watching I Dream of Jeannie. Just kind of pass time. I just watched Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. I kind of like when shows are actually happening. Like The Big Bang Theory, when it actually was on. Because I could just watch it on those days.
Right.
But I'm okay with older shows. I've seen Cheers. I've seen Frasier. I've seen... What's that one with the makes no sense? That's funny as shit. Seinfeld.
Oh.
Ah! Chucky.
Oh, poor Chuck. He's being attacked by some weirdo guys in the back.
It's in a wheelchair.
Hate all of it.
Old scooter. What else have I seen?
Lots of things.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer was great. I liked it better than she did.
I love it up until through season 5. It's great. And
I didn't mind
6 and 7. I'm kind of like.
6 was dumb, but 7 was okay.
It wasn't bad, but it has some weird things too. Dick says, do you guys think we will see any changes in the WWE product now that Vince McMahon truly will no longer have his fingers in anything or anyone? That changes have been happening since Vince was still on the board, yet wasn't a part of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we've been seeing it slowly turn into more of an AEW type.
It's more indie than it ever has been.
Indie wrestling. The matches last longer, even though some of them don't need to. And you're seeing a lot more
people that they've never pushed before.
Right, and you're getting a lot of NXT call-ups that probably don't necessarily need to be there quite yet. So yes,
there's a lot of people being punished for things that they shouldn't even be punished for, but that's how Triple H works. He's the type of person who likes to punish for things.
Like Cody. So, and I would assume the Cody thing is because of Allin when he destroyed Triple H's throne that was made out of stone. I don't know if you've seen that. If you haven't, look up Cody destroys Triple H's throne on YouTube. You'll see what I'm talking about. He took a sledgehammer, which is Triple H's toy, and smashed this throne that was Triple H's at one of the WrestleManias. And it was a symbolism, and Triple H doesn't forget. And now Cody, he can't wonder, I wonder why this is happening to me. Maybe you shouldn't do stupid shit.
I hope that they're violating his contract somehow and he gets a lawyer and fucking sues them.
What's that do? He still doesn't become
champion. Doesn't matter. Still sue him for violating their contract that they had with him. Anyways, Vindicator said no to Richard's thing, but there are changes that we've already been seeing.
Yeah, it's huge.
The thing of it is that everybody has to realize if there was never a Vince McMahon, you wouldn't have any of this shit. Like, you wouldn't even have the off-brand indie crap that you see. AEW wouldn't be around. There's so many things that relied on WWE and WWF being a thing that you wouldn't have any of these other things on TV. They would have never became anything. Like, you guys sit there and think, oh, well, they would have done it on their own. And it's like, no, they wouldn't have. You would have never seen them. Ever. But you guys keep deluding yourselves that that's probably what would have happened. But doubtful. Chris says under the table stuff for Rock's daughter. Imagine if years later they pull a video on Age for Money. It turns out Rock passed his daughter around. That'd be super fucked up, man.
That's some Vince shit that we saw in the storyline, not in real life.
Sophie says wasn't Supernatural on for like 100 years or something. Yeah, they have like 18 seasons. Vindicator says real theatrical entertainment is destined to be trashed then, now, and forever. Sorry to inform you of this, Vindicator, but AEW is the same. Here's the announcement.
Oh, shit!
The big announcement!
So it's a...
What is
it? It's whatever this show's called. It's a Dynamite in 5 weeks.
Oh. What? Oh my god, that was the best fucking announcement that he's ever had in his whole career of AEW ownership.
It's going to change wrestling as we know it.
I mean, it's some Vince crap right now, guys. He's making fucking history. It's amazing.
He signed Vince McMahon.
He probably did. That's why he's had so many great ideas.
He signed Vince.
Fuck.
Vince is going to show up on March 19th.
You guys really fucking think that if Vince McMahon hadn't been around that this shit fuck crap would be on my television right now? No, it fucking wouldn't be. No, it wouldn't. Sophie says, wasn't that? And Piccolo says, and another random group pops up. And Sophie says, did you watch Angel? Not yet. I asked him if he wanted to watch Angel because we can. Piccolo says, do you enjoy sequential storylines?
Sure. I like all sorts of storylines.
Yeah.
As long as they make sense. I don't even care if they happen over like a 5-year period. I'm okay with slow burns.
Robbie says, oh, I dream of Jeannie. That's time old as the Tudors. Yeah, but it's good. Vindicator says, so it's looking like Darby, Sting, Ricky, Billy are the main event tonight. Sure.
Yes.
People says, like any of those Chicago series, I think there's too many things going on. Like, yeah, those kind of things, no. Like, I know they're still on TV and stuff, but Travis has a hard enough time with, like, Law & Order SVU things. Let's not infiltrate him with the Chicago series stuff. Sophie says, Buffy the Vampire Slayer is one of those shows that I keep starting then stopping. Robbie says, Vin, I will post you some. Might take a week. Vindicator smiling. And Robbie says, so the Bellas, do they still hang out with their stepdad as he was involved in the shenanigans? I don't know, but there's no such thing as the Bellas, so I don't know what to tell you. Sophie says, but why did it take that long for Triple H to get his revenge on Cody for what he did all those years ago?
Vince was there. He had somebody over the top of him, and now he doesn't. There's no one in charge of him.
That's true, but he really better be careful because there will be repercussions for his actions. Somebody somewhere will get mad enough, they'll find dirt on him, and there's plenty of dirt to be found, I'm sure.
Oh,
because
I'm sure
he's
that's
just
already...
as dirty and fucked up as all these guys that you're so happy they're gone. That man has done just as many nasty fucking things. The Rock is probably one of them. All of them. All of them. I told you guys this before, and I'm going to continue to say it. 87 to 93% of all those fuck faces on your wrestling that you love so much have all done something horrific in their lives.
Allegedly.
On wrestling, to wrestlers, to each other, to other people, to fans, whatever you fucking want to call it. In their personal lives, I don't give a shit. They've all done something. All of them. Multiple times over, I'm sure.
Allegedly. We have no proof. Is that Takeshita?
Yeah, it's take a shit.
Take a shit.
Vindicator says Cody should walk out just like Sasha and Naomi. He won't.
No.
He
He's
won't
bigger than that.
He'll never do that. He won't do that. So it says, but why did that? And Robbie says, D, so you're saying Wrestling Gap would not exist if it wasn't for Vince being about. Exactly. None of your wrestling channels would be. There wouldn't be anything to report or be about. You wouldn't have enough people watching things. So if it says Triple H and Vince argued a lot about creative stuff, and Chris says AEW big business. Is it starting Big Bill? Maybe. It could be starring him. Oh, this is that weird thing you're talking about.
This is what we're talking about. Yeah.
I remember some of this. I mean, it was when they first started and stuff.
It's symbolism.
But the thing of it is like, it's a gimmick. And if Triple H
But it's a message.
The thing that Triple H is he's all butthurt about something that means nothing. But go on with himself. Because they were running a business. They did the same thing in all the other companies. So what difference does it make? Yeah, that's called being a person who is a hypocrite and has an ego too big for their britches. Triple H. The guy's a piece of crap. I don't know why everybody loves this person. But every action that he's ever done in his life, including his personal life, I feel like, is crappy. But you guys seem to just love him. And I was just flabbergasted by it, I guess. I just sit here and go, wow, okie dokie. Wow. Sophie says, you should try Law and Order series. Dick says, and a hush falls over the crowd. Shh. That's right. We had to listen to what Tony Khan had to say. It was amazing. Chris says, oh, that's Sasha. She's from Boston. Big business, $. It's clearly Sasha. I was like, fuck's sake, this guy sounds like he's forced to say this shit. It might be good to watch, but you need to move with the times. Dick says the cult of Cornette has more followers than AEW does weekly viewers. And Chris says, oh, what if Vince just starts another wrestling business? He's too old. Robbie says, D, but you still buy the pay-per-views, don't you? I'm still here doing a show, too. So what's your point, sweetie pie?
What day did he say? The 6th?
The 13th of March. It's a Wednesday.
I was looking for... For some reason, I thought it was the 19th. So I was
13th.
like, that's a Tuesday.
1-3. Sophie says, what was the announcement? They're going to have a show at TD Garden called Big Business on March 13th. It's going to be amazing. It's going to blow the roof off everything. It's so great.
It's going to change the business.
It's going to change it. I don't know what it's going to do, but we'll find out, I guess. Big boobs. You know what you've been searching for lately. My Lord.
That's hilarious.
I feel like Powerhouse Hobbs has been doing too much like ab workout. You know how his abs are like all sticky outy because they're really bad. But it's bowed his back like so bad. Like his back's like bowed in. It's kind of creepy looking actually.
Sammy, the Cody cutter.
Give him the old 1-2 in his tight pants. Not the tight pants. No.
Oh shit! Headshot. Those are banned in the old Federation.
Robbie says, I don't spend money on WWE or their merch. Chris says, Sophie, it's basically a new pay-per-view, and it's Sasha because it's in Boston. It had a money sign. Oh, is it? Robbie says, you're the only wrestling YouTube I watch. It's not my problem, Robbie. And Dick says, Territory Wrestling had far more TV viewers in their given territory than what WWE and AEW, especially AEW. Chris says, that's 5 weeks from now until Mercedes Moné debut. Hassan is in the chat. Hey, Hassan says, hi there, guys. I'm going to vote for the 49ers on the Super Bowl on Sunday night after church.
That's how you should do it. You should vote for them. Because that's who I'm going to vote for also.
Got the voting going on. And Chris says, Sasha Banks at AEW is not going to change the business. I'm sorry, DK. Robbie says, Sweetie Pie. That's a very old lyric. And Sophie says, Triple H wanted Cody to beat Roman at last year's Mania, but Vince said no. Robbie says, Travis knows all the best things to search. It just depends if that's what you're interested in. But what's the funny part about it is he searched it so much.
I've
and
never
typed
searched
it so many times that it comes up in his little thing that says predictive text.
Put big.
You have to, do you understand that you have to utilize that word multiple times over in order for it to come up in your predictive text?
Of course I put boobs on everything.
Predictive text. And he's like, oh my God, that's just so funny. And it's like, oh, so you look at, I don't search for that. You search for it enough, it comes up in your predictive text.
You're so weird.
I'm just saying facts.
Last thing I looked up boobs for was the girl that was on the tower. I don't know what her name was, though. It's like, does she really have that big of boobs, or are they trying to make them look big?
Well, they look big because she had a push-up bra on, so they will make them look bigger. Because once she took the push-up bra off, it wasn't.
You're talking about the blonde?
Yes.
I'm talking about the brunette. They didn't have boobs, and then all of a sudden had
She had
ginormous
boobs. You just didn't see them until she took her shirt off, and she had just a
Right.
sports bra on.
Anyway,
And I'm sorry to inform you, but sports bras, depending on what kind of boobs you have, can either make your boobs look flat or ginormous.
Right. Yeah, she's in the new Shazam movie, I guess. She's the women Shazam, the girl Shazam.
Wow. Lame.
All sorts of berries. Halle Berry. Just kidding. But I love her.
Chris says, so is Taylor Swift going to win a super ring as well and not a
Yes.
proposal? Imagine they win, she gets a ring and dumps Kelsey. She says, fuck off, I just wanted this ring, bitches. Well, we all know that it's fixed at this point. So, you know.
Yeah, the NFL doesn't want to get on the wrong side of the Swifties. So they are definitely winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's probably not even going to be anything fun to watch at this point.
I would be surprised if it's not a blowout.
Man.
With a shit ton of penalties on 49ers.
Oh, yeah.
Pass interference every time the balls even ran.
Yep.
They'll run it, and they'll be like, pass interference! They're like,
there wasn't even a
it's a
pass.
run.
They're like, how dare you? And they'll be like, it's fine. Robbie says, LOD, you're giving Travis a bad name. Why? Because he likes boobs? That's not a secret, Robbie. Where the fuck have you been? That's
What do you
hilarious.
mean it's not a secret? I thought I was keeping that under wraps. I was gonna surprise people with it.
Oh, really? Were you?
Oh shit, Jericho might be concussed.
Great, take his shitta, kicking people in the head. That's dangerous. You shouldn't be a dangerous person. Vindicator says, so Ms. Cargill has been in that other company for 4 months and has a total of 20 minutes worth of wrestling time in a Rumble, no less. So it kind of seems like her big signing has fallen a little flat. No, because Vindicator, it doesn't matter about that because what she has done that you aren't paying attention to because you don't follow it anymore, correct? Am I correct in that assumption? You say you don't follow it, so it's weird that you know this information. But you should also know that she also was doing things behind the scenes. She was actually being a face for WWE and giving out wrestling belts to people.
Yeah, champions of different sports.
So, I don't know where you've been in that, but that's actually better for her to do stuff like that because then people actually know who the fuck she is.
You want to be able to carry a company. By the way, she's not that bitch anymore. I think she's like that chick or something.
Which sucks asshole, because she should be that bitch. They should be able to say that on their dumb television. Chris says Roman Reigns versus Taylor Swift victory. Which pyro will be bigger?
Swift's. The Super Bowl's a little bigger. Although Mania's pyro's ginormous, so who knows?
I know.
It'll probably be Mania's.
Robbie says Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl halftime. People really paid for that shit.
Well, she ain't singing.
She's not at the halftime. What are you talking about, Robbie? Usher is at halftime. I thought you were a big fan.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the street.
Dick says Travis Kelce is the type of guy who keeps a cardboard tube and a gerbil in his nightstand. So you're saying that he's like Richard Gere?
He's a tight end.
Nice.
He likes to get tackled on and off the film.
Is
Is that what you're saying?
that why he's not married and has kids like his brother? Robbie says, D, for someone that doesn't care about wrestling, you sure know more than fanatics. I pay the fuck attention. And I'm on a stupid wrestling show right now. Hello? Kind of have to know things, unfortunately. Not that I want to know things. Vindicator's like, you can't say that bitch in PG land. Well, they're going to Netflix, so it doesn't fucking matter. So there's that.
They still won't do it. They still want kids to watch it.
No, I don't think they should be allowed to. I think that they should make it so that it's only adult content. They should just have naked people on there and screwing and showing dicks and shit. I feel that that's the right thing to do for them. Maybe they could go really far downhill. Robbie says, Usher, he's got a good singing voice. I bet he does.
Usher?
Yeah, that's what Robbie says.
Usher's elite.
He's got a good singing voice. It's probably from all the rapings.
From, what's his name?
Yeah.
From P. Daddy?
Yeah.
Allegedly, trust me, bro, once said that P. Diddy used to sleep with him, and there's interviews to back this up. They slept in the same bed when he was like 15.
Vindicator's like, I do appreciate Jade's charity work, but just talking about her ring time feels like she could have been featured more by now. Her debut was the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we got to see where she's going to be first. So she's got to show up on NXT or Raw or SmackDown or Main Event or whatever the fuck they're going to do with her before we can really judge where it's headed. But I would assume she gets a WrestleMania match.
There's a possibility that
and
she probably will at
some
point.
And so who is that going to be against? It's not going to be for a title or anything.
No, it won't.
But that's okay. So who's big enough for her to wrestle?
Oh my God, why is he ripping his pants off?
He wants his dick.
Jesus Christ, Takeshita. He's like, I really want your fucking pants. He's like, let me grab your underwear, not your real pants. It's like, what
ouch.
The fuck?
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what was worse.
The landing?
Like, the landing of him trying to not hurt himself or Jericho at the same time.
Or hurting
because he can't seem to lift him.
Right? Well, Jericho is heavy.
So, does he just have gym muscles? Because I feel like that's all he's got.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Jericho might have brain damage.
Well, we already know he has brain damage.
He's going to write better songs.
Robbie says, Vin, what can you say these days that wouldn't offend the Karens? Vindicator says, coupons are the only thing that don't offend them, Robbie. Whatever, Vindicator. I'm sorry to inform you, but I'm sure that coupons offend them too. Especially if they say only one-time use. Or it's only an online coupon. I bet that gets him going too.
Jericho's out, guys. Jericho's
out.
No,
Jericho's broken.
Fuck. Oh!
His concussion left, and now he's so great. Oh, he's like, I'm gonna get to the... Oh, no, not the knot ropes.
Jericho hulking up. He tapped. He tapped to his own move.
Oh, no, not the tapping with his finger. Jesus. Robbie's like, oh, man, laughing. And then he goes like, Jericho will change the band name from Fozzy to Drawsy.
So they call him the Alpha, and is it because Omega's Omega? So it's the Alpha and Omega. I am the beginning and the end.
I have no idea. Who's the beginning?
The Alpha.
Oh.
Would be the beginning.
Which is hilarious because the Alpha doesn't lead the pack. The Alpha actually runs the back of the pack if we're talking about wolves.
It's in the middle, but yeah.
Robbie says, do you believe things you read on the internet? No. Do you believe everything you read on the internet? I don't even believe anything AI says anymore.
I believe everything.
Lying fucking. Of course you do. You've been brainwashed to not think for yourself. You're a sheep. Congratulations.
Are you saying I'm a sheep?
No, the internet is. But you believe that,
means
so.
It'd be real.
Dick says Chris Jericho is the next Bruce Jenner. Oh no, he's gonna dress in ladies' clothes and stuff.
Bruce Jenner? Who?
Chris Jericho is the next Bruce Jenner.
Nice.
Sounds about right. Yeah, let's end it, but we're gonna fix them all so that there won't ever be any more ever again. And if you can't donate, just buy your own dog that you really want instead of just saying that people tell you to do this when no. I've heard so many horrific stories of people trying to adopt pets from shelters. Horrific stories about that they could have everything you could possibly want to give a dog a loving home. And they'll be like, oh, you work too much. We're not going to let you adopt. It's like, what the fuck?
Where are these shelters? Because here, all you have to do is just go in and you say, I want that dog. They say, okay, here. They don't ask one
I think they're just ones that are just too big for their britches, personally. Like, in places.
It's like that show, No Hard Feelings.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, childless.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. And then she's like, I want a dog. And I want a dog now. And he's like, well, maybe you shouldn't have a dog because really you're kind of the type of person we take dogs from. I love that.
Right.
You tried to rape me. You're 19. I can't rape you.
Robbie says, nah, but people like to jump to conclusions. Yes, Robbie, a lot of people like to play that game.
I love conclusions.
We all like to jump to them. Office Space, perfect. Vindicator says, I believe everything I hear on the internet. Like I'm hearing Travis and Dalitha right now and generally believe everything they say.
Oh, I forgot we're on the internet.
Right.
It's a game of facts in here, guys.
Right. So many
facts. Game of facts.
Robbie says, do you think police dogs are mistreated in some ways?
What do you mean? Like that they eat criminals? No.
I said in some ways.
But
I didn't specify what it was. Would you like me to specify a specific story of mistreatment to a police dog?
Is it going to be something that was a mistake, like they left them in the car and they died of heat or something?
No.
Oh, okay.
So this canine was put in a shelter. A police dog was put in a shelter. He's been there for over a year because the his handler wanted to adopt him because they retired him. His handler wanted to adopt him, and the whoever over that says that they can or can't, mayors or whoever it is, she said no. So this dog has just been in a shelter. Although somebody is willing to adopt him and take care of him, which was his handler. Mm-hmm. And I guess it's now a big, huge story of this canine that has been left there with anxiety and all this other shit because of it.
Right. Anyways.
So yes, there is mistreatment that happens to police dogs.
Right.
I'm sure there's other instances of things of that nature that can and have happened.
I get that stuff. That's weird and like 1 in a million type things.
Is it though? I think it probably happens more often. It just isn't something that's talked about.
The reality is the cop's dog is there to take a bullet so the officers don't have to. That's the bottom line. So
it is,
if you look at it that way,
but
then
they are treated as police officers.
I understand that. I'm just saying
that, and they should be given a better life than, I'm sorry, we're going to throw you away like garbage for the service that you gave our department.
Right. Next question would be, is he still a handler, and does he have another dog, and would it interfere with that?
I don't know.
I
if
feel
he
like
has
there's
another
a
dog.
little bit more to the story.
It doesn't. I mean, he'd worked with a dog for 4 years. 4 years of that dog's life.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just wondering if that is one of the reasons. Not just, can you not have other dogs if you have one of those dogs?
No, you can. I've seen multiple, because there's a lot of TikToks that I see of canine police dogs with actual officers, and they have their retired dog plus their active.
Right. Okay.
So I've seen quite a few of them have that.
Yeah. I've seen
a lot, and a lot of them keep their dogs.
So my 3rd grade teacher was married to a cop, and she died of cancer, and so we're really close. Like, my whole classroom is really close with him. His name's Mr. Canfield. Mm-hmm. She was Mrs. Canfield, but he came to everything. But we all went to her funeral and everything when we were in like 4th grade, because she died that summer. Mm-hmm. And but anyways, he was a canine cop. Mm-hmm. And his dog was fucking badass. His name was Xavier. I'm sure you knew who he was. He was the one that came to all the schools and everything.
Never met him. Never. It might have been we didn't do it, or I wasn't there.
Right. He was that dog that came to your school and found the drugs. They give kids drugs. Like, here, hold this. It was like a duct tape thing. You put it in your pocket.
I mean, that could have been an assembly thing we did, but I wasn't involved in it enough to know. So. Yeah. Anyways,
he was awesome. But they did have a kid, and it was so funny because that dog was the most fierce thing you can imagine. Big German Shepherd, mean as fuck, and it would like bark so much that it would have strings hanging out of its mouth, and its head would be out of the cop car, and it'd just be, and she would come running up to it and just hug it, like, and it's still going absolute bonkers because somebody's by her or anything, but didn't care about her at all. So she could be hugging it and loving it, kissing it, and it's like, arr, arr. And you know what German Shepherds sound like, because we had 3 of them. It's the loudest bark. Magari used to do it. Yes. That high pitch.
Yeah, that excited, high-pitched, crazy-ass bark.
And it won't stop.
Every once in a while.
And you can't get it to stop.
Would do that too. Every once in a while he would be like that. Meg was worse at it though.
Especially when like McKenna would be outside throwing a ball.
Oh my god. Why are you out there? I want to be there too. You can't leave. You can't be out there without me. Like, oh my god, it's fine. You can
get her. Anyways, we got Big Bill here. This is that title fight, isn't it?
Yeah, the Darby, Sting, and other people fight they were having. That somebody mentioned that, yes, that's going to be the main event.
What's Sting doing?
I don't know. I think he got lost. He's waiting.
So he's letting little Darby fight everybody. Sting! It's Sting! Hopefully that didn't ruin his last match.
Vindicator says when Ayla's in the chat, I believe at least 40% of what she types. Yeah, Ayla's pretty good about being, genuine. Robbie's like, D, yes, you especially love to jump to conclusions. It's a great game. Vindicator says when Sophie's in the chat, I only understand 50% of it. Dick says, police dogs' lives matter. They do. Robbie says, but ain't the police dogs trained to bite and be a little violent? That's why it's called training. Training. They're trained. Vindicator says, how is Wellington doing? And who does he have beef with now? He usually just has beef with himself. Just himself. And sometimes the chickens.
Wellington.
Yeah. Who does he have beef with?
Every day he goes out and just stands outside their cage and barks at them.
Poor things. Vindicator's like, hashtag we want Welly. I can go get him. Dick says, I think it's really cool AEW men's locker room all showers together at the same time to conserve water and help fight climate change.
Yeah.
Is that what they do nowadays? I have no idea.
It's 1 bar of soap. They just share
it. Well, good for them.
But they can't touch it with their hands.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to touch it with hands.
He made me pick it up. with my anus.
Robbie says, yeah, but if you train a dog to be violent, it's going to be violent if that's what it knows. No, Robbie, that's not how it is. Training a dog to be violent in situations is different from training a dog just to be violent.
Right, yeah. So you can have your fighting dogs, and those might be a little bit different. But with cop dogs, like the Shepherds and the other one that they use, those Belgian Malinois, what they do is you just are playing with it, right? And so when it bites, you reward it. You just give it a treat. And so every time it bites the forearm, you reward it. And you just keep it up until...
And there's commands with that, too. So there's commands.
Yeah, you use a word. But anyways...
For them to do that and release.
As you keep going with the training, they get better and better at it. And it's amazing how they do it. And they constantly are rewarding them. Usually it's toys because they're not food-driven. And we... Like Nexus, he wasn't food driven.
No.
And so you had to do it with toys with him. And that's how you do it. It's awesome.
It was terrible taking him to puppy school because he did not like the treats. I had to take hot dogs and he still was like, nah.
I'm good.
I was like, dude, like, I don't know what else to do because I couldn't take a toy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, but he would rather have a toy. I'm like, ah.
But anyways, that's why if you ever watch the cops when they play with the dogs or have them attack somebody.
After they do their job,
they get so excited. Their tails wagging. They're actually playing, even though they're biting into like blood, right? They're biting hard, but they know they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And so when they get done, they get to play. And that is like their reward. So they don't care what they just did because they're playing. They got trained to do that. But they wouldn't ever do anything that they're not supposed to do because they
can be protective though. Don't get us wrong. Like there are a lot of canine handlers that have families and stuff like that. That canine dog is very protective of their families.
Yeah, somebody walks in their house, he's gonna act.
But he's trained to be that way. There's a difference. Like they're trained to protect their handler. They're trained to protect. Like it's completely different than training a dog just to be a violent killer.
Right. With your other bait dogs.
Most of the time that's being abusive towards the animal. They're using different weird tactics. They're not rewarding the dog for doing anything correct. It's not the same. It's definitely not the same. And any dog can be good dogs.
Right. Good dogs or bad dogs are made, not born.
Exactly. Like that just... There's many a dogs who have ever been abused by humans and turn out to be really good dogs because they find the right person who doesn't. And, it's...
So I've never liked pit bulls in my entire life. My buddy brought one over the other day. My cat wasn't scared of it at all.
He was just kind of like, what the fuck are you doing in my house?
Leopold's like, seriously, dude, get out of my face. Turn around so I can smell you. And then Wellington was terrified of him for like an hour. And then after that, Wellington was chasing him around and biting his Achilles tendons and then running from him because the little puppy he wasn't a puppy, but he's still a puppy.
He's a puppy. He's younger than Wellington.
Yeah, but he's huge.
Yeah, he's ginormous.
And he's like, he's trying to get back at Wellington, so he puts Wellington in his mouth. And he just but he don't bite. And then Wellington's like barking and screaming at him, and it was fun. And then Argus wants to play, but he can't because his broken back.
Right, the poor guy.
But when I let him outside, Wellington and the pup, Dozer, they just ran and ran.
That's what you guys were saying.
And it's like Wellington's so much faster than he is, and that's what Wellington was using. He's like, I'm gonna use my spade, and he's like, he just runs these huge circles. He's like, I can go left.
Bobby says, but you don't know they wouldn't just switch at one time. They usually won't without.
They won't.
The only way that would happen is if something triggered it, or something else. There has to be something that would make it happen with those kind of dogs.
My Megara would never have bit McKenna under any circumstance.
No.
There's no circumstance.
Maybe playing with her, like maybe, but she, even in play, you could not get her to bite you, a human.
Yeah, she would not put her mouth on me.
If a fucking dog attacked, though, she'd fucking kill that fucker. She would not hesitate in the least to do that. But a person, depending on the person, like if the person was attacking, then it would have been a different story.
Yeah, she would attack.
But when you played with her, you couldn't get her to play bite to save your life. Like, we tried multiple times to get her to play bite because our other dogs we did it with, but she, nope, wouldn't do it at all.
Yeah, I could not get... Now, McKenna could get her to bite her.
I could sometimes
and get her to
bit.
Chew.
Mm-hmm.
But I could not. She would not put my freaking hand in her mouth.
Yep. Robbie says this match is not main event material. Should have been on, like, at the top of the hour. Well,
the only problem is it's Sting. You can't have Sting in a mid-card if you're building up. This is a title match. That's the only problem. If it wasn't a title match, then...
Is it a title match? Is this the... Is this the title one then?
I thought it was.
Oh, okay.
Because they were going to go in... Because they're wrestling the Bucks at the pay-per-view. And they want to go in as champions.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's the goal.
Thing. Okay. Vindicator says, okay, bye, guys. At 6:05 p.m. next hump day, I'll be back in here to chat about the most logical wrestling company on the planet. A company that has one true world champion. I don't know about logical, Vin. I think you're throwing out words that really shouldn't be applied to this company, but okay.
Look at this. He's writing it.
And Vindicator says, tell Welly I said hi until then and later, Gators. All right.
Bye-bye.
Next Wednesday, we'll try to get him in here, I don't know how many of you are really going to be here next Wednesday as it's Valentine's Day, but...
It's hilarious because he's leaving with like 2 minutes left. Although they'll probably go over.
Well, he doesn't care about the Sting. That's Piccolo that we haven't seen for a minute because he was tired, so he must have left us. Either that or he's just hanging out in the background.
To the boot. What's it all about? The pebble might have broke his ankle.
No, not his ankle. Oh, God. He fell out on his ass. That looked like it might have hurt his gut.
Yeah. Gut pain. Oh!
Oh, no. Maybe they're going to win.
He's in acute appendicitis. Look at the splashes. This is it.
Somebody needs to help Sting tie his shoe.
Oh! Selena Vega's little...
Because his shoe is untied, and it's kind of scary.
Who's it?
Sting's shoe is completely untied.
Oh.
Kind of a terrifying thing to have happen.
Oh, coffin drop, but he turned it.
Not the turning
Big
of the
Bill.
coffin drop. Oh, no. Oh.
We might see the Scorpion Deathlock right now.
Oh, no. Is it going to happen? Did it.
The Pebble's going to tap out.
Picola, the Sting man, is in there. Big Bill's climbing in there with Darby on his back. No, not the Darby. It's like, I can get in here. He's like, oh, no. I can't see.
Seriously, if
I fall asleep.
If I was a wrestler, I think I would be okay tapping to Sting in the Scorpion Deathlock like once. Oh, shit.
Like, holy fuck off. Be like, yeah, this is amazing. Sting's like, oh, no. I'm on the ropes, sir.
The Pebble got to the ropes. By the way, there's no disqualification.
Oh, he can't break it. Oh, that's funny. What's he doing? Why'd he let go? Is it because he's old?
It's because the guy was out of the ring. Hard to hold on to him.
Oh, he lost his grip. There. Oh, I see. Because he's old.
Sting!
He's going to trip on that shoelace.
Oh, look at the Baron Turnbuckle.
Oh, no.
Nobody has beaten Sting yet. Is the Pebble going to be the first guy to beat Sting?
I don't know.
Sting's undefeated in AEW as a singles wrestler /
Oh, look at him. He's like all upset. He's like, I don't know if I can do it.
Oh.
I don't think I can. It's so bad. No!
A spear! He did it! He beat Sting! No, Sting kicked out.
He barely kicked out. That was a very
That's
sad
intestinal fortitude.
He's like, ugh.
He actually didn't kick out. The referee just stopped counting.
He's like, he barely moved.
That's all you need.
Go Sting, I guess. I don't know what's happening.
You don't know what's happening?
Piccolo doesn't care. He's not even in here watching it. He's like, I love Sting, and now he's not even here seeing his match.
Look at the Baron Turnbuckle again.
One of his next to last matches.
Oh, there it is. Scorpion Death Driver.
Get him. Don't let him dance around.
It's over.
Oh, my God. Is he going to kill him?
That's it. It's over. Got to 100.
Well, there you go. Where's Picola?
So,
Picola, where are you? Sting won.
So the Bucks are gonna win at the pay-per-view. If it's Sting's last match, the Bucks have to win. So the Bucks are gonna win in Sting's last match.
Baby.
It's Sting! He did it!
He did it so he can lose to the dumbheads. Great.
Piccolo will be excited about that.
He hates the Bucks. He's not going to be excited about it. Well, Piccolo, you're not here, but Sting and Darby are now the new tag team champions of AEW. Darby looks excited, but not excited at the same time. I don't know what's wrong with him. Maybe he broke his sternum. I don't know who those weirdo guys are.
They're Sting's sons.
Oh, I'm like, who are these people in these black shirts out there? Like, look at these black shirts.
Sting came out and hugged them and stuff when he first showed up. See? Some big dudes. The Sting's big.
Right.
And that kid's an inch or two taller than Sting.
Well, Sting's broken and he's kind of like shrunk a little, so,
I was going to say they're probably the height their dad was.
Dick says Sting can't be beaten as long as his crow is still alive.
Yeah.
That's good. And then Piccolo is now in the chat. Good for Piccolo coming back. His sons are spitting images of him.
They really are.
I have no idea what he looks like without makeup, so I have no idea.
When he was young, too.
If he looks like him or not, I'm sure they do. Most of the time, most men's sons look like him. Just saying.
Oh, shit, look behind him.
Oh, look, there they are. Hey, there's those dickwads. Hey. Oh, they thought they were going to help him.
I love the white bats.
I think they're just taped or something.
Those aren't even wrestlers. Did you say they're taped?
They look like they're taped.
Like white tape?
Yeah, like they have like texture on them, it looks like.
Oh.
So either they're spray painted or taped or something. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they don't make white bats, so unless they're aluminum.
Well, I don't think so.
Look at the blood all over his jacket.
Huh. Okay.
Oh, I was like, you've never seen that kind of violence? Watch every week.
Oh, man, they better get the hydrogen peroxide. He's like, let me wipe my blood on your pants.
Yeah, he's doing it on purpose.
Gross and weird. This is dumb.
This is great. What are you talking about? It's Darby the house elf. Oh! This is worse than when Bellatrix attacked him. Remember when Bellatrix threw a knife at him?
What the fuck?
Darby the house elf?
Eagle says BTE trigger is the lamest fucking tag move.
You don't like the double BTE trigger? Uh-oh, look at this.
The crowd looks very excited about this, by the way.
They're all dead. Well, their heels are not supposed to get excited.
Well, you would think they'd be like...
Sting! He's going to have to get his appendix removed after that one.
Being all angry. They're like, no.
Does he have pink shoelaces? He does, right? Like, it's not blood. It's him. Yeah, they're pink. Yeah. That's pretty cool. They're bloody as a tampon. They are. Look at them.
Well, they are tampons, you know.
They're not as absorbent.
I don't think the Bucks will make it to the pay-per-view. Rumor is Kenny Omega's pressing charges for the assault on his upper. Well,
his rectal cavity.
He wrecked his rectal cavity. People says Matt Jackson looks Latino now. Is it because of the?
I don't know. All I know is I am going to, when I get off the air tonight, order that white hat. I used to have one of those in high school, and I wore it all the time.
A golf hat?
Yeah, I love those hats. And I saw one the other day that was kind of like just shaped like that, but it didn't have the actual bill where it snaps on it. Mm-hmm. It just had that cool shape, and I was like, fuck, I should buy that. But white is just so cool.
It is.
You just can't touch it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't even. I've never touched that, and it's probably already dirty.
Yeah, probably.
Because
People's like Scarface rip-off bitches. Yeah.
Yeah. You ain't Tony Montana, bitch.
Yeah. What's your name? Tony. Sorry. Anyway. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate it. We'll be back again on Friday for WWE SmackDown. We'll see what happens on that for the WWE. Hey. Dick says I believe they called him Kingo Hats. Maybe. I
can't remember.
Kenny loves butts. Not so. All right. Thanks for being here with us. We really appreciate it. We'll see you on Friday. Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Everybody have a good rest